Alright you guys, so we are still here at the Kennesaw battlefield. As you guys seen earlier, we were at the Cobb's farm. Today we're going to actually go over there across the street and walk the Pigeon Hill Trail. And this is a little bit of more information of the assault on Pigeon Hill. Union attackers failed to split the Confederate Army here. On the morning of June 27th, 1864, 3 brigades totaling 5,500 soldiers from Ohio, Indiana, and Illinois charged toward Pigeon Hill, advancing in the battle lines astride Burnt Hickory Road. One Union brigade overran the Georgia-held rifle pits near this location, while 2 other brigades crossed Old Mountain Road. Once beyond the road, the attack ran into felled trees and other Confederate-built obstacles on Pigeon Hill. As the Federals struggled over the obstacles and rough terrain, the well-entrenched Southerners opened fire with musketier and cannon. Some Confederates on Little Kennesaw even heavy boulders. The Union troops sought cover as the assault crumbled. And this is a picture. This is the Union trenches in front of Little Kennesaw and Pigeon Hill. So that is the Union trenches that they had. Here's a map right here. Once again, the Confederate brigade commanders are in red. So you have 1 brigade general, O'Neill, Reynolds, Eckner, Sears, Cockrell, Stevens, Mercer, Jackson, and Griss. And then right here is their artillery positions. There's Big Kennesaw, Little Kennesaw. French and Walker are the commanding officers, I'm assuming, at the time of these battles. These little markers that you see right here are buildings that was here during 1864. So you are here. You'll take Old Mountain Road and you'll follow that. Now let's talk about the Union side. You have Fuller, Williams, Wellcut, G. Smith, and many others. Then you have the artillery position. And then they have a 24 gun battery right here. So this is 24 guns of artillery that will be firing upon the Confederate soldiers here at Pigeon Hill, Little Kennesaw, Big Kennesaw. And you guys know the outcome. Even though Confederates put up a good fight and they held them off as long as they could, they eventually did lose the Battle of Kennesaw Mountain, unfortunately, and they had to retreat and fall back, which opened up another gateway for Sherman to make it even closer to Atlanta, Georgia. Other thing is, Kennesaw Mountain was the last mountain that Sherman needed to capture to be able to even make it to Atlanta. So he already captured one in Dalton with Rocky Face Ridge. He captured that mountain when he was coming in from Chattanooga. But with that being said, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. Love you guys. Talk to you guys again soon. I was recording the entrance.
Recording the entrance? What's that?
The entrance. But it talks about Pigeon Hill.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. Do you need to do some work?
No, I'm just walking right now.
Okay.
We're just getting everybody to join us on our walk through the Pigeon Hill Trail.
This is nice.
Yeah.
Looks like a big hole over that there.
This is a good exercise, by the way.
Yes, it is. Puffing up those leg muscles.
Why is that being so steep, though?
Because there's a mountain, Ginger.
I can't walk this fast. I can tell. I can't walk this fast.
Just think what they felt like back then.
Just imagine having to do this with artillery. Those cannons.
Yeah.
Pushing up the mountains.
Yeah.
Pushing them up the mountains.
Yeah.
Or
I'm up and down.
a regiment of like 1,000 men having to get them all up.
These are pretty easy. We're going up the mountain. Hey, how are you going so fast?
He's quick.
I'm already sweating. I'm already sweating. I can't walk.
Come on, girls. You got this.
I'm already going slow. Come on, girl.
Alright, you guys. So right here. Alright, you guys. So we came up to our first marker. That's talking about the Confederate Cockerel's Brigade, the French Division, Loring Corps. As we continue up our journey on Pigeon Hill. Alright, coming up on some of the rocks. Here, my picture. Alright, here we go. We're coming up on the little bridge here. Or not really bridge, but walkway. Good morning. How are you? How are you guys? So right here is another marker of the Confederate Cochrane Brigade, the French Division, and Loring's Corps. And then right out here we have the man-made trenches that was used during the Civil War.
I can't get up. Things. These gun down. Thank you. What are the things that you should gun down?
Yeah, we've been all over Kennesaw. Like literally.
We should walk down that way.
Baby, we're parked over there. That's going to take us all the way to the visitor center. Then you're going to have to walk all the way back this way.
Okay.
Your kids are going to kill you.
I do want to go on. I'll murder you and Daddy.
All right.
Alright, so these trenches that was made. Here, can you hold this?
Yeah.
Alright, so the trenches that was made, even showing you a diagram of it here as a picture, was actually the 3rd and 5th Consolidated Missouri Regiment of the Confederate States of America, and defended the earthworks here on Pigeon Hill on June 27th. The 6th Missouri Regiment USA, 6th Missouri Regiment USA is also Union, took part in the Union assault on Pigeon Hill. Ironically, Confederate Missourians battled Union Missourians as federal forces fought uphill to within 25 yards of these earthworks and took cover beyond the boulders just ahead. By the time they retreated from the hill, 150 154 Federals of Brigade General Giles Smith Brigade lie dead, 10 of those from Missouri. The Confederate Missourians suffered 9 killed and 27 wounded. Now if you go back up here, it's talking about the boulders. So those are the boulders. And they are actually explaining that some of the Confederates eventually would try to push down the hill on the upcoming Union Army as they're coming up the hill. Not only did they try to attack them with the artillery and have like hundreds of regiments fire upon them as they're coming up the hill, they also tried to throw down boulders. So it was a pretty intense battle here on Pigeon Hill. Also, there's a marker down there right before you get to the memorial of a couple regiments are, infantry that battled here in 1864. But there's a marker down there that talks about a guy named Austin Gilman, who was a slave at the time, eventually was freed when he became a Union soldier. He actually was mortally wounded actually on Pigeon Hill when he was trying to save one of his comrades from being killed by a Confederate soldier. He was actually shot in the hip area, and eventually he passed away from his injuries. And it also talks about a nurse that is from this area, that worked in this area as well during the Civil War. Her name is Emma Stevens. She was she was born a slave, but later was freed and decided to stay. And in the Kennesaw, Marietta area that we have traveled through, there is many historical sites. You have the Confederate Cemetery, where some of the men that are actually buried in the Confederate Cemetery is actually from the battlefield of Chickamauga. So some of those men fought in Chickamauga. There's a guy over there that actually is buried there that was killed at the Battle of New Hope. So that is actually pretty cool that you have a lot of different Confederate infantries that are actually buried, from different battles. Going back to Emma Stevens though, there is a thing here in Marietta. It's called the Marietta Kennesaw Museum. If you guys are in the Kennesaw Marietta area, make sure you guys go by there, check it out. It's got wonderful history, not only about Emma, the city of Marietta, but it also talks a little bit more about Andrew and his raiders, who was the masterminds of capturing the general. Going back to the wonderful attractions that they have here in Marietta, Kennesaw area, they also have the great the Civil War Locomotive Museum here. They are actually Smithsonian affiliated, and they actually have the general located in their museum that you guys can actually take a part of learning the history of that, and also seeing portraits of Andrew and his raiders, who were the ones behind capturing the general. And if you guys ever want to go and visit Andrew and his raiders, take a trip up to Chattanooga at the National Cemetery there, and you can pay your respects to Andrew and his fallen comrades who was successful in capturing the general. But the journey doesn't stop here. Once you get done with the Marietta area and the Kennesaw area, travel down to Dallas, Ackworth area, and then you have the Battle of New Hope, as well as Pickett's Mill. Those were actually two big battles that was a victory for the Confederate Army. And then you got another one is the Allatoona Pass that happened a little bit after the burning of Atlanta. But with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. Also check me out on Facebook, Also, I posted a new video last night talking about the flags of the Confederate States of America, so also check that out. Post any comments that you may have or any questions. Also hit the like button on that video as well. Thank you and love you guys. Talk to you guys again soon.